In today's polarized world, is feminism dead? I saw your hand.
I think that depends on the definition of feminism. I strongly think that feminism is more of an action than an identity. I would say it's uplifting all women, in which case it's very alive. At the same time, if we do follow that definition, feminism has splintered off into so many different areas that you can look at people like Sheryl Sandberg who say you should just get another nanny if you feel oppressed. And if we're talking about that kind of feminism, yeah, it's pretty dead.
I think feminism isn't actually about equality. It's about equality when it benefits us. I think feminism is really about women wanting special privileges and treatment at the expense of men often. And I think it's alive and well, sadly.
I just feel like women do it because they're insecure, so they want to see like if the guy will leave their girlfriend for them.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Toxic feminists are the architects of an entire generation of women drowning in their own bitterness. They've peddled a fantasy where men are the enemy, traditional roles are shackles, and independence means cutting yourself off from any semblance of emotional connection. The result? Women marching into their 30s and 40s with a stack of degrees, a corner office, and a giant hole where fulfillment should be. Their reward for buying into this scam? Loneliness, frustration, and endless nights swiping through a wasteland of dating apps. These toxic feminists have twisted the idea of empowerment into a bitter crusade. They've turned nurturing relationships, marriage, and family into dirty words, convincing women that true success is defined by corporate titles and Instagram-worthy vacations. But what they conveniently skip is the emotional toll, the endless stream of superficial dates, the nagging emptiness that comes with prioritizing career over connection, and the sinking realization that having it all is code for doing it all alone.
What's your craziest experience you've ever had?
Okay, so one night I was at a basketball game. One of the Miami Heat players actually invited me.
Miami Heat!
We get into his vehicle and he was like, would you be down for a threesome with another girl? And I was like, yeah, you know, it's always been my fantasy. So we arrived to his house and it's like a really pretty mansion. And the girl, like I meet her, she's really pretty. You know, we go to the bedroom. We're all like messing around a little bit and she starts to take off her panties and she still has her dick.
Whoa! Damn.
So he's trying to convince me. He's like, in my eyes, she's a woman. She's beautiful. And I was like,
who was it? Stop playing around. Say the name. Everybody, let's figure this out. A mansion. It wasn't a backup player. Jimmy, Bam, Duncan. How many of them got max deals?
And let's not pretend this is accidental. These same feminists love to mock traditional femininity and dismiss genuine partnership with men as antiquated nonsense. Meanwhile, the women who buy into this ideology are left clinging to their empowerment while staring down a future that feels increasingly hollow. Sure, they've got career accomplishments, but where's the warmth of a loving relationship? Where's the joy of building something meaningful with a partner? Now the cracks are showing. Women are waking up to the brutal truth that the feminist gospel of liberation wasn't freeing at all. It was a blueprint for isolation and resentment. And here's the kicker. The very men these women were told to dismiss are building happy, stable lives without them. The lie was never about empowerment. It was about stripping women of the things that truly make life rich and rewarding. It's almost poetic in its cruelty.
If I find a girl that I want to make my wife, and I find her super attractive.
Make your wife. Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I would do. I would make her my wife. I would ask her to marry me and then make her my wife. You say you are a feminist. You're 100% a feminist.
That is feminist.
You look. You heard me say that.
Oh,
you
I
heard.
make her my wife. Like.
Yeah, because that's what I would do.
It's like I'm an equal human, a woman. It's not about
you
you
say
wanting
that.
to make her your wife.
Obviously, she would want to be my wife.
She has her own life. She wants to be your wife too.
Yeah, of course, but she's not going to.
She wants to go to the club. She wants to do her makeup.
No, she's not going to want to go to clubs. She's not going to want to go to clubs. No,
she does.
Because here's the thing: that's a non-negotiable for me in marriage.
Okay, well then,
if I find a woman, if there's plenty of women out there that don't want to go to clubs all the time.
Okay, well.
There's plenty of women out there that don't want to go to clubs in tiny little dresses.
Toxic feminism has swerved so far off course it's practically unrecognizable from its original goal of fairness and equality. What started as a legitimate movement to level the playing field has devolved into a smug, hypocritical circus. Instead of dismantling outdated gender norms that harm everyone, it's become an anthem for man-bashing, victimhood, and an utter refusal to take a hard look in the mirror. And guess what? The chickens are coming home to roost. After years of chasing clout, preaching that men are irrelevant, and waving the "I don't need no man" banner, these women are hitting a wall. Suddenly, the same validation they used to mock as beneath them is exactly what they're chasing. Except now they're finding that the world doesn't roll out the red carpet for them like their echo chambers promised. Turns out, swiping through Tinder for empty attention doesn't fill the void, and all the Instagram likes in the world don't translate into meaningful relationships. The irony is delicious. These women, marinated in toxic feminist ideals, are realizing that genuine companionship isn't something you can demand while simultaneously sneering at men as disposable. Relationships are built on respect and connection, not on playing the equality card while treating men like walking ATMs or emotional punching bags. Now, the reckoning begins. Faced with a world that isn't as forgiving as their social media bubbles, they're scrambling to undo the damage, to shed the entitlement, to rethink the life choices that led to this lonely reality. It's a masterclass in poetic justice, watching these women realize that superficial attention isn't love, and that their disdain for men was never the flex they thought it was. Will this lead to personal growth? Maybe. But for now, the wreckage is a front-row lesson in how toxic ideologies inevitably self-destruct.
If a woman has lots of sexy photos on her dating profile and no bio, should she be surprised if guys are only contacting her for hookups?
Oh, absolutely
No.
no.
Definitely not.
Why not?
Because she's kind of asking for that attention.
Is she not promoting herself in the same fashion if she's out walking the streets in a slutty outfit?
No.
No.
So why would it make a difference if you're online or out in public?
Because you're posting those photos for like a specific dating app while you're walking outside. It's like how you want to dress.
What?
I dress this way because I want to dress this way for me and not for anyone else.
So why can people make assumptions about you online but not in person?
I think they can make assumptions about both, but online I feel like it kind of goes for more like what you post, because you can kind of choose what you want to post and what you don't want to post. Whereas in person, I guess you can choose what you want to wear and what you don't want to wear, but I don't know.
Bruh.
Here's the deal. Toxic feminism has done an incredible job of driving a massive wedge between men and women, and it's honestly exhausting at this point. The relentless chant of "men are the problem" has turned the dating scene into a minefield where guys are too afraid to even approach women. Who wants to be villainized before they've said hello? It's like men are walking on eggshells, terrified that one wrong move will have them labeled as toxic, problematic, or whatever the insult of the week is. And the kicker? This combative energy isn't even working for women. Some are finally waking up to the fact that this aggressive, finger-pointing nonsense is sabotaging their chances at real, meaningful relationships. The ones who are rethinking things are learning that respect and empathy, those ancient, uncontroversial values, actually matter. It's not about winning some imaginary gender war. It's about building something genuine. Shared values beat out entitlement and misplaced anger every single time. And then there's the woman who cheats on her husband and somehow convinces herself that he's to blame for her betrayal. Really? That's like setting the house on fire and blaming the guy who bought the lighter. The mental gymnastics are Olympic level, but they don't solve anything. If you screw up, you own it. That's the starting point for any kind of real reconciliation. Not playing victim, not shifting blame, just owning your actions. Bottom line, if people, on both sides, don't stop dodging responsibility and feeding into this divisive garbage, no one's winning. The way forward is accountability, plain and simple, growth, humility, and the ability to say, "Yeah, I messed up." Anything else is just noise. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.